Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into a massive announcement from the Cardano Foundation, one that could seriously reshape its entire future.
And I'm not kidding, this is pretty big news. We're looking at the details as they're coming out, and trust me, you're gonna want to pay attention to this one.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What we're looking at here isn't just some small update or quick refresh. No, this is a huge strategic shift for the entire Cardano ecosystem. We're talking about a multi-year plan with some serious money and big structural changes behind it.
First up, let's follow the money, because the Foundation is making some massive financial commitments to really turbocharge the network, and they're aiming it squarely at DeFi and real-world utility. That's right, we are talking about an 8-figure sum in ADA getting pumped directly into stablecoin liquidity. To put that in perspective, that's tens of millions of dollars. This isn't just a little boost. This is about building a super solid foundation, a bedrock of stability for all the decentralized finance apps being built on Cardano. Now, you're going to hear this term RWA a lot, so let's just quickly break it down. Real-world assets are all about bridging the gap between the digital world and the physical one. You take tangible stuff like a building or a bar of gold, and you create a digital token for it on the blockchain. This is, without a doubt, a huge area for growth in this space. And Cardano is jumping in with both feet. They've already partnered with MembersCap to bring over $10 million in these real-world assets onto the network. This isn't just an experiment. It's them showing the world that the bridge between physical value and the Cardano blockchain is officially open for business. And to keep the new ideas coming, the Foundation is also putting up to 2 million ADA into its venture hub. You can think of this as seed money for the future of the ecosystem, right? It's there to directly fund the builders and the creators who are dreaming up the next big thing on Cardano. So the money is there, but, money's just one piece of the puzzle. It has to actually lead to real people using the network. So let's look at the second part of this strategy, how they plan to actually expand Cardano's global reach. They've beefed up their Web3 adoption team, and they've given them a laser-focused mission. It comes down to 3 things: getting more integrations with other platforms, getting listed on more exchanges, and, you guessed it, doubling down on that real-world asset push we just talked about. And what's really cool is that they are not trying to do all this alone. They're teaming up with some serious heavy hitters. You've got top-notch accelerators like Draper University and Techstars to bring in new talent, a partnership with Masumi Network on a new payment system, and of course, that RWA partnership with MembersCap. But look, having great tech and partners doesn't mean much if nobody knows about it, right? That's why they're also boosting their demand generation budget by 12%. And we're not just talking ads here. This is a big push across marketing, media, and events to make sure the Cardano story gets out to a much, much wider audience. Okay, so we've covered the money and the plan for growth, but this next part, this might just be the most important piece of the entire announcement. It's a fundamental change to how Cardano is governed. The key to all this is a new role called DReps, or Delegated Representatives. The easiest way to think of them is like elected officials for the Cardano network. Any ADA holder can give their voting power to a DRep they trust, and that DRep then votes on big proposals that shape the future of the entire ecosystem. And the Foundation is putting its money where its mouth is. They're delegating a staggering 220 million of their own ADA to 11 new community DReps. And let me be perfectly clear, this is not just some symbolic gesture. This is a massive, real transfer of power from the Foundation into the hands of the community. And this slide really shows you the shift in thinking. For years, the Foundation's whole game was to directly support stake pool operators to get the network's security up and running. Well, now they're winding that program down. The focus is shifting away from the infrastructure guys and over to the community governors, the DReps. They're even cutting back their own self-delegation to spread the influence out even more. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and try to connect all these dots. What does all of this really add up to? What's the grand vision here? So the crucial thing to get is that these aren't 3 separate plans. They're 3 pillars, and they're all designed to hold each other up. More liquidity makes the platform way more attractive for adoption. More adoption brings in a bigger, more active community. And that bigger community can then get involved in governance to steer the future. It's a cycle designed to feed itself. When you boil it all down, the story here is really about maturation. It's about Cardano growing up.
The foundation is purposefully stepping back from being the main builder. Instead, they're becoming more of a strategic guide, trying to create an ecosystem that can grow and govern itself without needing them to hold its hand.
So the strategy is out there, the money has been committed, and the power is shifting to the community, all of which really leaves us with one big question to think about. Is this the plan, this whole multi-part strategy that will finally unlock Cardano's mainstream potential?